ChannelSight is an Irish software company based in Dublin, but we have people in Romania, in Greece and all over the place, and we have clients in about 80 different countries, which traditionally involved a lot of travel. In about 2018, we sat down and decided we wanted to try and figure out what our climatic impact was and how we could mitigate that impact.
Initially, we started out by forming a small climate committee with 5 or 6 people across the company with the goal of identifying the carbon footprint that we are leaving, understanding actions that we can take to get there and mitigating it, and setting a net positive climate impact goal for the company. It wasn't about being perfect at first. We just wanted to get the actions down on paper and understand where we were at and then go from there.
We began by figuring out where emissions were coming from, primarily from heating, electricity, flights, transport and waste. After that, we centralised our data, and the finance team took responsibility for coordinating the ongoing compilation of data once we'd established a baseline for our different offices and teams.
We then began to identify the actions we could take, from the basics, like replacing plastic cups with reusable mugs and implementing policies around energy efficiency and recycling. From there, we moved on to higher impact actions, like eliminating non-critical travel and moving both our Irish and overseas offices to energy-efficient A-rated buildings. We also offered incentives for people to travel on public transport and cycle to work.
We also took on smaller community activities, such as participating in beach cleanups, planting in our community flower boxes, and even sponsoring local children's football teams and also supporting different local charities.
We reduced our carbon footprint by about 90%, but we had a bigger ambition. We wanted to identify ideas that could help us have a significantly bigger, longer-term positive impact. We did a number of brainstorming activities, and we identified native woodland creation and peatland rehabilitation as areas of vital importance that we could potentially help with.
So we founded Forestry Partners, a self-funded not-for-profit where we looked at how we could buy land and create new native woodlands across Ireland with an aim of not only impacting positive carbon sequestration, but creating new areas of biodiversity and new social amenities for the communities in which we created these forests. We then went on to form a partnership or a joint venture with Coillte, the state forestry company, called the Nature Trust. And what the Nature Trust does is that, but at a much greater scale. We offer 100-year contracts to our funding partners, and we created a financial instrument called the Woodland Nature Certificate to create larger inflows of capital from bigger partners like Aviva, AXA, Amazon, who each have provided millions of euro of funding to create large-scale impact. Our ambition is to create 70,000 hectares of new native woodland, restored peat bog and new areas of rewilding within Ireland in the coming years. Today we're out in this native woodland to give an experience to the ChannelSight team of collecting acorns and preparing that seed which will be planted next year as part of another native woodland. We offer these kind of experiences to all our funding partners and partners to get their hands dirty and to really reconnect with nature by getting involved in the creation of native woodlands.
It's easy to feel like your efforts won't make much of a difference. But for us, this all started with forming our ChannelSight Climate Committee. And we've seen that small, steady steps can lead to a real impact. And literally, from small acorns, big oak trees grow. We want to invite like-minded companies to take those first steps to leverage their talent and resources and to create lasting change. Check out channelsight.com/climate to learn more about how we formed our climate committee and the work we do. Hopefully we can inspire you to build on our ideas, and together we can create a positive climate impact.